Hey you guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. If you haven't already, make sure you enter the competition on the main channel page. Entry is free and you could be in for winning some amazing Jurassic Park goodies. Okay, I've got my tea, on with the review. Today I'm absolutely thrilled to bring you a review of this. And it's an original Winston Studios Sculpt cast from the original sculpt of the Compsognathus from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And wow, what a piece to own. This would have been used to get approval for the design of the Compsognathus for the film, and then would have subsequently been cast and used to create the actual puppets that you see, the physical puppets of the Compsognathus in Jurassic Park The Lost World. And this thing is absolutely stunning. You can see my hand here for sort of a scale comparison. So in total he measures nearly 2 feet, more sort of a foot and 2/3. And actually this guy is a little bit smaller than I expected him to be. This comes all the way from myjurassicpark.com. My friend Gavin sent this over, and I'll put a link to his channel down below. Okay, let's get a closer look at this fantastic sculpt. Starting off with the head sculpt, there's an incredible level of detail here, and as you can see, it's got its very unique snout. Compared to the Velociraptor and the T-Rex that we saw in the first film, this one is very individual indeed. It's got a very narrow and pointed snout. So if you saw its silhouette next to a T-Rex or a Raptor, you'd be able to pick out which one's which. And it looks really adorable with its massive eye, and that was part of its allure. It's supposed to look very bird-like and adorable, but it's got this horrible, sinister side. And as we go down the neck, you can see all these beautiful sculpted folds. And there's almost like a wattle there under the neck, like a chicken or a turkey. And then as we go down, you've got these beautiful sculpt lines. And you can see that the Winston Studio has referenced nature in all of its design. You can see that it's really got a lovely attention to detail. You can see the fingers, all the scales on the back of the fingers have been sculpted. Very bird-like indeed. And then as we go up along the torso, you can see all these nice veins, and you can see the ribs protruding there. Lovely lines of flesh going down, joining up with the leg. And you can see it's really nice sculpted muscular detail going all the way down the leg. Very bird-like, and as you can see, it's got very bird-like feet indeed. Beautiful. And then as we go down the tail, which is very, very, very long indeed, and that's to give it balance, you can see it's all got this beautiful sculpted detail. You can see that the head is formed of one piece, and that actually the teeth are not distinguishable from this sculpt, and that's because this would have been cast to have made almost like the rubber outer coating of the puppet, and actually details like the teeth wouldn't have come out in this sort of casting. But it's a really beautiful head sculpt, and I think it's my favourite part of this whole thing. It's just all the wonderful little scales on the head. I also love the way the hips are protruding from the back there. It's a really nice sort of animal-like detail that might be overlooked in the sort of design of a dinosaur, but by adding it, it really adds this sort of nice feel that you can see the bone protruding through the back there. Really beautiful. I also love all these veins on the neck, really visible and natural. They really pick up the light, and you can see that once this was transformed into a puppet, it would really help bring this dinosaur to life. Here's a closer look at the feet. You can see the wonderful sculpted detail on the claws. Absolutely beautiful. Here's an interesting view of the Compsognathus from the front, an angle that we don't often see it from. Often it's 3/4 or from the side, but to see the Compsognathus from the front actually looks quite striking and different. So here's the other side of the Compsognathus sculpt. So you can see it in its entirety, and that pretty much wraps it up for the look at the Compsognathus sculpt from Winston Studios. I have to say this is probably one of the best pieces that I own from Jurassic Park The Lost World. I really like the design of this dinosaur, and it's going to become one of my projects to airbrush and get this guy painted up for display, along with my Stegosaurus and Pachycephalosaurus sculpts. If you haven't seen the videos for those, I'll put the links down below. Okay guys, leave a comment below, rate and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next exciting Jurassic Park review.